You're hearing from some very excited kids who were able to attend UConn sporting events thanks to the Husky Ticket Project. With UConn football season now underway, the first home game is coming up next weekend. We figured now would be a great day to highlight this great charity. Kevin Solomon is one of the three founders. Kevin, thank you for being with us. I think a lot of people maybe have heard of the Husky Ticket Project, but want to know more about it. So how did this all come about? It was three alums who wanted to do something to reach back to the school.
Yeah, Eric, thanks so much for having us on. It all started in the winter of 2018. Two of my close friends, three of us, we had moved to New York City right after graduation. It was the American Athletic Conference days. You know, the stands weren't as full as they were back during our heyday in the Big East. And, you know, we were sitting around wishing we could get up to campus a little bit more, knowing that it was tough coming all the way from New York City. So we tried to think of something that we could do to help fill those stands. And after a little brainstorming, we figured what better people to send to games than young Connecticut local youth organizations and some of the underprivileged community. So, you know, a little bit more brainstorming and some outreach. And before you know it, we had enough donations to get started. And we are going into our fourth full season, fifth year after COVID. And we couldn't be more excited for some of the things that we have planned.
So it has become a robust charity, a real 501c3, 5,000 tickets, you said, just about give or take at this point. And I think the idea of getting young people to UConn games, obviously you mentioned it fills the stands, but there's also maybe that connection, something that you have as an alum that maybe you're fostering in a young kid. Is that part of the goal?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the, you know, the things that came about that, you know, when we started this thing, it wasn't a part of our intention, but quickly we realized that that's one of the most rewarding aspects of what we're doing. And, you know, some of the stories that we've heard, one of our biggest partners, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Connecticut, some of the stories we've heard, you know, the big and the little were having a little bit of trouble connecting. They went to a UConn football game. They were able to, you know, take in the atmosphere, see kind of this camaraderie that is UConn Huskies fans. And they started talking about aspirations for college, and they started talking about, you know, the future. And it was something that brought them closer together. And it's stories like that that have really, you know, motivated us as these founders. And we just want to keep doing more and keep growing this to bigger heights.
Now, I bet a lot of people are hearing about the Husky Ticket Project for the first time this morning, but maybe, just maybe, they already know about you guys, because there was this hot sauce challenge that made its way through social media. I bet a lot of people, so everyone from UConn coaches to former athletes to just UConn fans, doing a shot of hot sauce, and it was a big fundraiser for you guys. That was maybe one of the biggest word-of-mouth ways to spread it on social media for you.
Yeah, you know, when you catch a viral moment, you kind of have to run with it and milk it for all it's worth. And luckily, you know, for us, thanks to some crazy UConn fans on Twitter and you know, the support of the community, we were able to raise over $100,000 in about 6 months from that hot sauce shot challenge. And that's kind of become our calling card here. And we're going to continue that tradition. It's one of the things that people kind of associate us with now.
Now, of course, you know, looking at basketball, there's been some successes back in the Big East, the American days. You know, Husky fans know what you were talking about when you mentioned that. Those days are over. So does it matter if the teams do well? Is that a part of your push, or it really is something different?
I mean, listen, we started this thing regardless of whether the teams do well. Obviously now, you know, most of the UConn varsity sports have a lot of momentum behind them. And that's great for us because it only creates more of an atmosphere for these kids. And, you know, it's all part of the fun, right? Seeing a sold out XL Center or seeing a sold out Gamble. Hopefully we'll see a sold out Rentschler Field soon. And, you know, it may mean some fewer tickets for us, but, you know, we're going to be in here for the long haul, and we're going to send a lot of kids to a lot of games. So it's all part of the fun.
And of course, you know, here we are, football season underway, the first home game coming up, and you have a big fundraiser coming up next weekend at the Rent for the Syracuse game. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're hosting our first annual football tailgate event. We're calling it the hottest tailgate of the season, and there's a few reasons for that. We're going to have obviously some fundraising opportunities. There'll be some raffles, some 50-50s. We're also going to have a few celebrities there, some of which I am not yet just able to announce, but I think UConn basketball fans and UConn football fans alike are going to be very excited by some of the guests that show up. So for those that are interested, tickets are still available. It includes food, it includes beer, and obviously some good times. And you can find the link to get those tickets on our Twitter account at Husky Ticket Project.
We're going to give all that info, the Twitter account, the website, everything coming up. You've worked with 25 different organizations. If people are looking at this saying, yeah, I think it's great that you're doing this, but I think my organization can help. Are you looking for that kind of commitment as well beyond just donors?
Yeah, we're always looking for new partners. We've been really fortunate to be partners with some really great organizations. I mentioned Big Brothers Big Sisters of Connecticut, but also Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, Kennelly School in Hartford. We've had, like you said, 25 great partners. There's nothing more rewarding than seeing smiling faces at these games. And like I said, we're going to continue to do this for a long time.
Yeah, and a lot of young people have been able to make that connection. You talked about people talking about going to college, but maybe even just somebody who becomes a lifelong UConn fan like you are, maybe there's some benefit there, and you see those pictures. It must be like, we thought of something good here. Are you happy with how it's turning out?
Absolutely. It's our slogan is building the next generation of UConn fans, and we want to give all the fans that are a little bit younger the same experiences that we had when we were in school. I saw 2 men's national championships, few women's national championships, and it was the heyday of our football team going to the Fiesta Bowl. So those are some of the best memories that I have from my college days, and I want to be able to give kids the same experiences that I had with them.
There you go. Well, Kevin Solomon, the co-founder of the Husky Ticket Project, thank you for being with us. If you'd like to support the project, here's what you can do. You can make a donation through their website, huskyticketproject.com, and get the latest news. Their Twitter's there too, @HuskyTicketPROJ. That's where you can find out more.